It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We are waking up to temperatures that are a bit warmer this morning. Numbers are in the mid-50s compared with the 40s that we've had around the last couple of days this week. It's a warmer start, and it's going to be kind of a hot afternoon across the Ozarks. Temperatures keep warming up. We're on that warming trend, and today will be no exception. We've got numbers today that will be topping out in the upper 80s, and I think we're pushing 90 in spots tomorrow. I mean, it is really going to feel more like summertime across the area. Temperatures will be toasty heading into the weekend. Today, I told you, I think we're in the upper 80s. I'm going 86 for the high temperature in Springfield. That should come along with plenty of sunshine. We won't see much in the way of cloud cover again today. And the nice news is that the wind is not too bad. Even today, I'm expecting the breeze to be out of the south, but only 5 to 10 miles an hour. It won't be anything too strong as we head through the weekend, which is nice, but we do get a big boost in temperatures by tomorrow. High pressure is still securely in control for us, and we are likely going to enter this period of another dry stretch of days. We don't have much in the way of rain at all. New drought monitor was released yesterday. It showed that expanding area of a severe drought now developing across the Ozarks, primarily for the western counties. So this forecast is going to do nothing to help the drought conditions. But the dry ground is actually going to come into play in our forecast because temperatures are getting a little bit warmer than they would if we had, normal ground moisture. Tomorrow, I think we could be flirting with the 90s in spots. I'm going about 89 for the high temperature forecast in Springfield, but there will surely be some spots around the Springfield metro area that do make it to 90. If you're planning your weekend, prepare for it to be very warm, warmer than we're used to. And I am expecting that we see the sunshine again on Saturday with a light breeze. Now, things start to change for us by the time we get to Sunday. A strong cold front is on the way. The air is so dry that we don't have any moisture, unfortunately, to come with this cold front. But what we will see is a big drop in temperatures as that front comes through. That happens Sunday into Monday. And in fact, next week, I even have the potential for frost back in the forecast. So kind of wild that we'll be going from frost on Saturday afternoon, 90s on Saturday afternoon to frost by the time we get to about Tuesday morning. Conditions are going to be chilly Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. Those looks to be the coolest in the forecast next week. So if you've got the mums on the porch, got the pumpkins out, something like that, we may need to take precaution to protect those. Growing season well underway. The flowers are still blooming here in the Ozarks with all the hot temperatures that we've had. So something to think about as we head into the early part of next week. If you want to keep some of that sensitive vegetation around, we'll want to protect it with that frost potential for next week. High temperatures are going to be toasty today and tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow, it's possible that some record highs could fall. We'll see where we land on that. I think we'll be just a degree or two shy in most communities, but the sunshine will remain. By Sunday, we've got that strong cold front. It will be much cooler in the forecast. Highs will quickly make it to the upper 70s and mid 80s, and then we'll start to see the crash happen. By Monday of next week, it is going to be way cooler across the Ozarks with highs potentially in the 60s on Monday afternoon. So a big change, wild swings here in our weather. Some good news across the country as we head into the weekend. Hurricane Milton now well out over the Atlantic over open water as a very strong post-tropical cyclone. What damage that caused, and there's still going to be the effects of that happening in Florida over the weekend. The cleanup already began. And we're going to wish those folks well as they head into the weekend. It's going to be a long road to recovery down for the Southeast. The Midwest is going through a little bit of a heat wave over the weekend, so you may hear that in the national news headlines. Another thing I've been mentioning for us here in the Ozarks, and it's true for a good portion of the Midwest and also areas of the western portion of the country. Fire season and fire conditions now look very high for much of the country as we head into the weekend. So let's hope no wildfires over the weekend that can get out of control. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. Kind of an animal theme for you this week. Which animal has the highest blood pressure? And the options that I gave you were A, an elephant, B, a giraffe, C, a turtle, or D, a bear? Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but you might think like the bigger animals might have high blood pressure. And that is true, but it is the giraffe that has one of the highest blood pressures of any mammal, um, which is kind of interesting. It's about twice as high as humans. So those giraffes, they got to keep an eye out for their blood pressure. That's all I have to tell you. Congrats if B giraffe was your guess. I have another animal question for you. This one kind of related to our bullfrog question. The bullfrog doesn't sleep at all, but the snail does. How long do you think a snail can sleep? A snail can sleep for how many years? Do you think it is A, 1, B, 2 years, C, 3 years, or D, 10 years? Let me know your guess. You can do that at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening on this Friday afternoon. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Find a way to stay cool on Saturday. We'll be dealing with much cooler weather by the time we chat next week. And I hope you have a fantastic day today as well. Thanks to Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather.